Let's go to Friday nights. Illinois at Kansas. This is another game where Illinois going into the season is favored by about a touchdown. After week one, the line has shifted all the way to Kansas -3 or Illinois +3, if that interests you. Actually, I think it opened this week at +3.5. So hopefully, maybe some people got on that early. But yeah, is Jalen Daniels going to play? I don't know. I really don't know. I think Jason Bean is a really good backup. So I don't see like a huge drop off there. This line's not at -3 because Jalen Daniels is healthy, right? I think it's at -3 because they just looked really good last week. Luke Grimm, the receiver, is also questionable. And Illinois kind of struggled putting away Toledo. Why say putting away? They had to go down and score, right? And take a field goal to win the game. Now, Luke Altmaier, I think, looked pretty good in that game. I think of the quarterbacks in the Big Ten, I thought he looked like one of the best, which is crazy.
Big
Ten
Big Ten
East
West.
and West.
The Big Ten West. Yeah.
Yes. I think both sides, I think he looked fantastic. So yeah, I think they just got to get their playmakers, just get on the ball. I think they didn't run the ball super effectively, but I think they will against Kansas. I don't think Kansas's defense is for real at all. I think we know that they're just an absolute glass cannon, right? And if Illinois can stop the run, right, and maybe limit some of those explosive pass plays, and they themselves can run the ball, and Luke Altmaier can play as well as he did last week, I think Illinois wins this game. I take Illinois to win straight up, which means I'm also taking them to cover, I guess. Not as this will be an official play for me. Illinois +3 is an official play for me. I was a bonehead for not getting it at 3.5. Still like it at 3. I don't care.
I couldn't agree more with you. I think Jason Bean's fantastic. I think Kansas at home. I think that crowd is gonna be really up for that. I think they're really high on this team this year with the success they had last year. I do worry about Jalen Daniels playing. I do think if he does play in a one possession game, he can make a play that Jason Bean can't, and change the outcome of the game. That's how special he is with the ball in his hands. So that's what worries me. I do think either way, I think Illinois' defense is special. I think they're really going to show up this year. I think they're going to be ticked off about what happened last week and the disrespect they're getting this week after struggling with Toledo. Luke Altmaier in his first road game, it'll be tough for sure. But yeah, I like them getting Isaiah Williams more involved, some of the other running backs, and really being able to lean on getting the ball out of Altmaier's hand and those guys making plays, because I think there's talent there. And that defensive line, obviously super special. Keith Randolph and company, they're elite. And I think they're really going to cause, Kansas high-flying offense some fits, even though it's a veteran offensive line, even though a lot of those guys have played together. They even have an offensive lineman that's kind of questionable as well, which could impact them as well. But yeah, give me Illinois to cover. Give me Illinois to win as well on the road there for the Big Ten West to get a win over the Big 12.
Yeah. Last point I want to make, DeQuan Finn tore up Illinois' defense, with his athleticism. I think Illinois' linebackers are kind of not equipped for that. And I think they thought that they were equipped, to spy on them. And just when they got one-on-one, they just, I don't know. It feels like I trust the staff to make those changes defensively. I trust them to contain Kansas a little bit. I like this game a lot. Feed me Illinois +3.
Real quick, and lastly to add on to Illinois' outlook for the year, if you do lose this game, obviously Kansas win this game, you're catapulting yourself into Big 12 play where you can make some move and some noises in the Big 12, which you'd love to see for Kansas. But if Illinois loses this game, all of your goals of winning a Big Ten West are still in front of you, right? You're still figuring out, Luke Altmaier is still settling in there. You got some new faces, defensive coordinator wise, other high talented players that you lost from last year's team. You're still figuring out how to replace them. I wouldn't throw it in the towel if you're Illinois. If you struggle with Toledo and you lose to Kansas on the road, I would not throw in the towel yet. I know me and you are both super high in Illinois. I think if you're looking at that over-under win total, I think you're a little bit more worried about taking the over on Illinois in terms of, getting up to, I think their lines of 6.5 or 7. But I think in terms of winning Big Ten West, you can absolutely accomplish all of your goals because it's a non-conference game, and that's the beauty of that. If you're a team like Illinois.